Hello everyone, welcome to the Crafty Maven Getaway. This is TinaGale and I am here today with Twerk It Thursday and I'm paired up with Caddy Miranda. And this is the sketch that we've chosen to work with, so be sure to check out her video as well. And this was our inspiration piece, and I'm going to tell you right off the bat that I failed at the inspiration. So let's get right to my layout. I started with the new Cricut Artistry cartridge, and I cut this overlay with all of these triangles to kind of go with the sketch. And then I have this one photo, and as you saw just real quick there, I had a whole bunch of branding strips that I keep in a little bag, and so I just pulled out some coordinating strips that I wanted to use. So that's going to be the basis of my layout. So this background was, I went ahead and cut it as a full sheet, but I'm going to cut it apart and just use pieces of it. So I'm only going to use just a few little triangles at the bottom and a few at the top, and I'm going to leave the openings the way they were, and originally I thought about filling them in. Then on my background paper, the back side had all these great circles with these words and stuff, and I really wanted to use that one as my embellishment. So luckily one of those was right smack dab in the middle where my photo is going to go, and so I just snipped it out of the middle of my paper and so that I could use it. So nobody's going to know that except for all of you great people that are watching my video. But that was my only sheet of paper and I really wanted it. So the other thing is this background has this blue grid, and I really wanted some more blue in the background and some Big O inks, but I didn't really have any Heidi Swapp color shine or anything like that to splatter. If you follow me on my YouTube channel, I'm not a real messy scrapbooker, and so I don't have a lot of that stuff, and I don't really particularly enjoy it. My love is for paper. I love anything paper. So what I did was I had some ink that matched really well. So I just put some on my packaging and spritzed it and watered it down, and then just dropped it off of the packaging so that I could have some really big droplets of this blue. And this paper already had some little bits of that kind of aqua blue splatters down in the bottom right corner. It's just I wanted more to go throughout. Since I was leaving the holes in the triangles from the background open, I wanted some of that kind of showing through. Then I just took my Tim Holtz Distress ink in the black soot, and I'm going to ink around all of the edges of my background paper and all of the pieces that I've cut to build up the back of my layout. And I should mention, this background paper is an older collection from Pink Paisley. It's the Hey Kid collection, and this sheet is called Marco Polo. And then this blue paper here that I did my background cut from is from a crepe paper pad that you can get like at Hobby Lobby or Michael's maybe. And then this black and white triangle, that is from the let's see, Fancy Pants True Friends collection, I believe. And so here is that piece that I cut out of the center of my paper, and it had a black pinked edging, and so I thought that I could just trim around it in a circle and it would be okay, but because of the striped background it didn't really look good, and so I went ahead and trimmed it in just a little bit closer to where it just has that black border, and then I went ahead and inked the edges of it. So I'm going to clean up my mess and then start deciding how I want to build this. And so here you can see where I trimmed this background. Once I laid it on there, I realized I wanted just a little bit more color showing up underneath that. So I went ahead and grabbed my black Heidi Swapp color shine, and I'm just going to stick it here in my misting box this time, since sometimes I get a little messy. I'm really, really messy with this stuff. So I just splatter some of it around, and I'm trying to get some bigger dots, and for once it's going really, really little, which is usually what I want. So I play with it just a little bit and stick it in there and finally just kind of drop it off, which then I get some really big drops. But it was all okay. It actually turns out really, really good. And I don't think most of the really big ones showed up too bad. But that way I just have just a little bit more color up underneath these triangle pieces. Then I decided I wanted to pop those up for some dimension. And so I just put some foam dots underneath, and I'm just going to stick it up underneath there or stick it on the layout there. And I've pretty much already decided the order that I wanted my branding strips to go in. So I'm just going to go through and ink them up really quick with that black soot from Tim Holtz. And then I'm going to trim them all down to different lengths just to build up the background here. And the great thing about using sketches is I really didn't have to think much at all. I followed this sketch almost exactly. The pattern paper has this great little embellishment up at the top left with these different pieces of paper. So that was pretty much the only thing that was changed up. Since it was up there, I added more embellishments up to the top, and then that kind of dictated where my triangle of embellishments were going to go, starting from the top to the top right of the photo and then the bottom left. So that's kind of how I built my clusters of embellishments around. And so now I'm just building it up. I went ahead and stuck down all of these branding strips, and like I said, I trimmed them all into different lengths. This black one at the very bottom has these stars cut out of it, and that was actually from another paper from this Hey Kid collection, and it was one of the papers that has all of the strips that you can trim down. And so I just thought it was really cute, and then with the stars cut out you could see more of that background paper, and so then that tied into my triangle background as well. And then I cut these two banners, this one with this black and white triangle piece and the red one, and I trimmed the black and white one down just a little bit more than what I wanted after I stuck it under there, and so I just cut it apart so that I could pull it out and make it just a little bit longer. And then I'm going to overlap this red one, and I did that strategically with the red photo mat, the red banner behind the photo, and then I just have one red branding strip going across with words on it, and then at the very top in the printed paper there's some red stitching. And so since this was pretty kind of monochromatic, it was really black and white with just these touches of blue, which almost leans to a gray, so there's like no color there, and red was the really dominant color. And so I just wanted to pop those around in 3 different places to just draw more attention to the people in the photo, which is my son and my husband. And this was at a family event where they were playing horseshoes together and they were beating everyone. And so my son was really excited. I'm not sure he's really played that much horseshoes before this, but you know, if you're winning, hey, it's all good. So then this is that little embellishment that I cut apart from the paper. So you'll see here, because of that red banner and it said smile and then the black and the white, it was a perfect embellishment for this layout. And then I just have this little black and white zigzag that matches the top of the paper, and I just cut a really thin strip to put along the bottom because I felt like it was kind of floating up and I wanted something to ground the bottom of this layout. And so I just adhere that down to the very bottom, and then I'm going to re-ink around the edges because I was kind of losing that. And then I'm just going to pull out some embellishments. I pulled some of these clear plastic pieces from the Pink Paisley Atlas ephemera pack. I had this star and I had this little red and white arrow, and then this one that I was trying to fit in, but I couldn't find places for those, but I do keep the red star. And then that little banner strip that I cut the star from, the black and white stripe with the stars cut out of it, and that little piece that I'd cut off the end, I thought it was really cute, and so I just put it up above on that strip, and just the cut apart of the star, I just outlined one of the stars that were printed up there. So I felt like that was just another layer and something really cute, and then I'm going to staple that red star up there. This puffy sticker sheet is from the 7 paper collection, and so it just had some stars, and I'm just pulling out some that have the red and the aqua color and then some black ones, and just put around in different spots on my embellishment clusters. I was just trying to build those up and repeat all of the colors and stuff, and so I was just pulling out what I could. And then I have this camera from the Evilicious, and it had this red one, so I thought that would be really cute, and so I kind of stuck it up here to start building that embellishment. And I tried to use another one, but it just didn't really work, and so I'm just going to stick to the one. And then it had this little arrow one that said 1, 2, 3 cheese. And so I thought that was really cute. And so I'm sitting here playing with it. I'm going to end up sticking it up above with the star up at the top to kind of finish it off. So I play around quite a bit with my embellishments before I figure out where they're going to go. But in the end, I pull it all together and it looks really cute. And so these little pieces from the ephemera pack, these clear acetate sheets and stuff, be aware that there's this plastic coating on them that you have to peel off. A lot of people are not realizing that, and if you try to stick it down, usually it starts popping off and you're like, ah, it's falling apart. But it's just a clear plastic on there to keep it from getting scratched. Okay, so then I'm still looking for more embellishments, and I had these little speech bubbles, and they're from Heidi Swap, and they're more puffy stickers. And I have this one that says remember, and so I wanted to do it, and so I ended up layering it with the camera up there on the top, and I really, really like it. And then I'm just going to add some foam dots underneath because that photo is foam dotted up as well as that triangle background. So even though it looks pretty flat from right here, all of that's pretty dimensional. And then at this point, I was thinking, you know, it looks pretty good. I got all my color, but yet it was really lacking just that pop. And so I went looking through some of my stuff, and I had these cork stickers from the American Craft Journey collection. And I ended up pulling some of these arrow pieces off and putting into the 3 cluster spots. And that just, as soon as I put those on, I just knew it's like, yep. I mean, it just needed that little pop of a different color because like I said earlier, this was kind of almost monochromatic. It was just all black and white, pretty much gray, tinges of blue, and then the pops of red. So that brown was just a touch of warmth, and it really accentuates those 3 cluster areas and finished off this layout really well. And then again, with my journaling pen, if you're a follower on my blog or on my YouTube channel, then this is something that I've just been doing on almost every layout here lately. And so I'm just kind of outlining around the edges and stuff. But that's pretty much going to finish up this layout, and I'll have some still shots at the end. Be sure to hang around and watch Caddy's video. She's going to be working with the same sketch and the same inspiration piece. And again, I said I pretty much failed at the inspiration. I don't know. I just kind of forgot it and just didn't go on. But I hope you enjoyed my layout. And if you'd like to see more of my work, all of my information is going to be at the very end. But my YouTube channel is Tigger's Teaching. And I have a series going on right now that's called Scrap Mingle, where I mix new collections with my stash to stretch it out and make it go further. And I have lots of Disney layouts. I try to feature a Disney layout every Tuesday if you're a Disney fan. And so yeah, I would love to have you come on over to my YouTube channel and check me out. And be sure to let me know that you watched me over here on Crafty Maven Getaway. And I hope you're enjoying this new channel, and I really want to thank Hannah for all of the work that she's put into it to get it going, and all the other ones that have stepped up. And it's just really great to have this channel where you can go to every day of the week and find inspiration. So be sure to give a good shout out to Hannah and all the other YouTubers that are working so hard to bring you this inspiration every day. And thank you so much for watching and supporting it and sharing it with your friends. And I hope you'll hop on over to my YouTube channel and check out the rest of my work. And we will catch you later on this month. I actually will have another one up on August 22nd. So if you want to see more of my work, check my YouTube channel out, and then back here on August 22nd, and I will have another layout that will be a scrap lift. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you real soon. Bye.